everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I recently had a comment on one of my videos asking for a little nosy through my little swatch chart that I've made, my little swatch notebook. Now this notebook, I just got this from my local supermarket and these stickers came in one of the comics that I bought for my daughter, the dinosaurs, and I just pinched them off her. She didn't mind. That one there, I actually bought that off Etsy because it's off a game that I used to play. I've not played that in a long time. So yeah, it's just a cheap, you know, the paper isn't great, but it's just for swatches. I'm going to go through page by page. Now I know that some of my supplies I've not swatched in here, like some of the gelatos, some of the pastels. I've not swatched absolutely everything in here, I don't think. Right, so the first page, this is just some Copic markers, some that I've got and some that I've not got, and I'm pretty sure I have got some of them that I've not marked. I think I was following somebody else's tutorial, and then that's the colours that I needed. I think, I don't know, it was a while ago anyway, so I've kept that in there, but I can probably get too tight. This came in one of the Clara books. This is a freebie sticker from Laura Rafferty because I bought some stickers off her Etsy store and she sent that one for free. The first pages, these are the swatch charts that Colouring Chat with Sammy made, I do believe. And I just printed out the coloured versions because I didn't want to have to swatch them all out again. But in hindsight, they're not true to colour with them being printed, so I should probably print that off again as an empty chart. So we've got the luminance, the 76 set, so the original 76 set of luminance, and then we come on to the new portrait colours, which are here, and then just this little portion here. I wasn't about to swatch all of them out again to make them in colour order because that works just fine. I've got all of my Holbein colours. I've got the full set of the pastels, and then I think it was a set of 12 that I bought, and then the rest were single stocks, these colours and these colours. I'm just going to have to let the dogs in, they're whinging to come in. Guys of having animals when you're trying to film. Anyway, yeah, so this is the pastel set, and I think it comes up to about here. And then you've got the 12 set and then the single stock ones as well that I've purchased. I've not found any other pencil like these pastel colours. I mean, there's a couple of similar ones in the Black Widow Monarch set, and there's a couple Prismacolor that are similar. But there's some very unique colours in the Holbeins. I do really like them pencils. We've got the Faber-Castell Polychromos. This is the 120 set. Really vibrant colours. I specifically love these pencils for her and fur when I do attempt it, but mainly for her. So that's them, that's quite neat actually. And then we've got the Prismacolor, the 150. So I did have to go ahead, I did have a different swatch chart and it was an A4 one. So having that A4 one on my desk, with everything else that you've got out, I needed something smaller, so I did have to transfer most of the things to this, and it took quite some time, but I'm glad that I did it. I am glad that I did it. Some of the swatch charts you'll see coming up that I've just literally cut out of that book and stuck in here, so I thought I'm not doing that. Anyway, we've got the Arteza, the 120 set. Why I've put 12, I don't know, when it's 120. Now, I've heard a lot of mixed things about these at the moment, but the ones that I've got I've never had a problem with. I find them really nice, really soft, really easy to use. And these are the ones that I'm talking about, so I literally cut these out of the chart. I think this is the Colour with Colour chart, and then I'd coloured it in, stuck it in the other book, and then took it out of that book to then transfer it to this one so I didn't have to do it all again. So that's the Black Widows. And then we've got the Black Widows, the Monarch set, which is the 48 set. So if I do try and tab them as well to make it easier on myself finding things. So there are some similar colours, like that mango and the candy is similar to the flesh and the peach. And then we've got fudge and bliss, which is similar to pink and fuchsia. So there are some similar colours, but they don't work quite as well, these. But there is a big price difference between these and the Holbeins. We've got the original Ohuhus, which I've got to be honest, I don't use anymore. I use either the Ohuhu brush markers or the Le Mercier alcohol markers. So I'm not quite sure why I've still got these in this book. I've not got the Ohuhu or the Le Mercier, I don't think, in this. They're in the packet, the case that they came in with. Same goes with this. I didn't create this, I just cut it out of the previous book. It's the Arteza acrylic paint, the 60 set, and I'm not overly impressed with these either. These are stored in a little box right at the back of my bookshelf. I do pull them out every now and again. I think the most recent colour that I used was this fuse of pink here. But apart from that, I don't use these all that often. It's funny really, because when you start a hobby, whether it's colouring or anything, you don't particularly know what you like, so you have to buy things to try things to know what you like. So anyway, the Spectrum Noir Pastel Alcohol Marker set, I've only got a couple of these left. Most of them have been used or they've dried up. We've got gel pens, the Pentel Hybrid Duo, one of my favourites. We've got Posca paint pens, the Sakura jelly rolls, just here. Just lift it up, that's probably better. The new Pentel colours, which is there, that I bought single stock from Cult Pens. And then these at the bottom were recommended to me by Kirsty from Kirsty Colouring Sketch. These are the Arteza ones, and I totally agree with her when she said that they're just as good as the Pentel ones, if not better. They're really, really smooth, they glide onto the paper really easy. Evie, get in your bed, stop whinging. It's like having a child with her sometimes. Anyway. Caran d'Ache Neo Colour 2s. So I didn't add a whole lot of water, with it being it's just notepad paper. I haven't got the full set, I'm not too sure how many I've got, but it's very, very close to being the full set. Most of these were bought single stock. There's a lot of greys that I'm missing, which I don't tend to use all that often, so I don't feel the need that I need to go out and purchase the rest of these to complete the set. I'm happy with the amount that I've got here. Blank page. We've got the Faber-Castell Albert Duras. I love these pencils. I still love them. I still stand by them. If you was umming and ahhing between these and the Caran d'Ache Aqua Museum ones, I would choose these ones. They're cheaper. They're just as vibrant. I don't think they're as light fast as the Caran d'Ache ones, but if you're just using them for colouring books or just for art at home, you're not necessarily, you know, gifting your paintings or pictures away, then I'd choose these any day over the Caran d'Ache ones, even though the Caran d'Ache ones are nice. We'll be coming up to them. And that's the other Albert Duras. The Spectrum Noir Sparkle pens, and now I have got a collection of the inks in the little pots that I've not swatched out here, which I probably could do because there's nothing on the back of that page. We've got Inktense, beautiful pencils, so that's here and here. Beautiful, beautiful pencils, but I don't like using them for large areas. I find them quite streaky if you're not careful. But for more detailed areas, I do really like these, the Inktense, really nice. We've got Stickles, which I'm pretty sure that's all the Stickles. I might be missing one or two colours that I've not swatched out, possibly. I'm not too sure. And then the Dovecraft ones, which are not the greatest. And then the 3D liquid, which I still do like. The Glitz Glitter Glue, which was a really, really cheap one off Amazon. It was like £2 for a huge bottle of it. It's okay. It's not as nice as the Stickles, but for the price of it, it is okay. We've got my Distress inks. Is that this side? It's just this portion here, so I've got room for 3 or 4 more colours. I know that there's a huge selection of colours in this. If I was to add more, I'd probably add more greens and blues. The reds and the pinks, purples, yellows, oranges, browns I'm quite happy with. Maybe a couple of greys. Yeah, I love Distress ink. They're very, very versatile, very versatile. I always struggle pronouncing these. Carbofello, Stabilo, the pastel pencils. That's what these are. The Bruchot crystal colour, so it's like It's a little bit like watercolour. It's a paint, it's like in a powder version. Once you add water, it gives this fantastic effect. And I swatched them and did them on watercolour paper. That's them, and then different effects that I did with it. They can probably be too kind of big, they're just thickening it. The Claro Fine Tech Earth Palette. Now, I've not swatched out all of my watercolours in this book. I've got a separate book which I will show you towards the end. But I am going to do soon a comparison video, I think, of all the different watercolour, the metallic watercolours that I own on different sorts of paper, just to show you, just in case you was thinking about purchasing any of them. We've got the Deco 3D, one in orange, one in snow, one in green, one in chocolate, one in transparent. They're very similar to the Dovecraft. It's textured 3D. If I didn't say it yet, that's the Fine Tech, which you'll see better swatches than in the other book. We've got the Nouveau Glitter Paste, the Nouveau Sparkles. We have the Tombows, 108 colours. So that's just the swatch chart that's available online on their website. Printed it out, swatched out all the colours. We've got Derwent drawing pencils. These are really, really nice. I love the Chinese white. I've got probably 2 or 3 backups of that. It's really good blender. It's similar to the Prisma. We've got all my pan pastels. Now, I've not swatched all these out. I've just written down the names of the colours that I've got, and I've not pulled these out for the longest time. I do need to pull them back out. We've got Copic markers. These are all the Copic markers that I own. What else have we got? The Colour gel pens, the 36 set. So we've got the glitter ones at the top and the metallics at the bottom. We've got the Faber-Castell gelatos. There's a couple missing from here and all that, and I've not used these again for a long time. I really do find myself, like a couple of months ago, around about Christmas, maybe November time, I was using Distress ink a whole lot, and at the moment it's watercolour. Maybe next month it'll be gelatos, maybe next month it'll just be pencils. That's how I seem to work. I rotate through different supplies and different books, just for whatever takes my fancy at the time. Yeah, that's the gelatos. We've got the Colour alcohol markers 40 set, and these are really, really vibrant alcohol markers. The Caran d'Ache Museum Aquarelle. So we've got all these colours, personally, like I mentioned earlier, they're really, really, really expensive, and if it wasn't that they were a birthday present, they probably would have been sent back, but I did use my birthday money to purchase them. But in saying that, for more like natural pictures, if I wanted to do like landscapes, or there was a background in a picture that, I don't know, was a mountain, or you know what I mean, these are really, really well suited, more so than the Faber-Castell ones, because of the earth tones. I really do like the earth tones in this. See, they're the vibrant, and then there's the earth tones. So what else have we got? I think we're coming up to a couple of blank pages, and now what I've got, Luminance Skim Combos. So these aren't ones that I've necessarily come up with myself. Some of them I have, some of them I've took from other people, or some of them I've found on Google. Well, let's leave that open. I think we've got the lightest, and then it goes all the way to the darkest there. And the way that I did my luminance as well, I numbered them. So each pencil has got a sticker on them with a number, so I can clearly see what they are, because I really struggle reading the luminance at the best of times. We've got Prismacolor skin combos again. And we'll just leave that there just for a second. And more on the back. That's one of my favourite ones. And I got that from Debbie Loves to Colour. We've got some Faber-Castell Polychromos skin colours, and then some Black Widow colours. Arteza, and that's the same luminance. I couldn't find the page for the life of me, so I ended up rewriting it, so it's basically the same as the first page. I think this was another colour with Claire. I could be wrong. the whole page is on there. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, Colour with Clue, it says at the bottom here. So that's just combos that I've printed out just in colour. And then if I like the look of it, if I can manage it, so I don't own the whole set of the Holbeins. But yeah, some really pretty combinations there. So we've got a couple of blank sheets at the back, a good portion of blank sheets all here. This one is Colouring with Vicky. She did a chart, so that's Fur Complexion. It's all different pencils, all your different colours that you'd need. And then a darker complexion is this one, just like that. And I think that joins onto that one if I'm right. I can't really remember. It's been a long time since I've used these. Is there anything at the back of the book? It might just be scribbles. Nope, there's absolutely nothing at the back. So that's the main one that I keep out. And this is my watercolour one. So one of my friends made this for me, Emma, and she made it in watercolour paper for me. And this is what I use to still swatch the majority of my watercolours. I mean, if I've got a set like, for instance, these that I use quite often, the Cotman watercolours, I think the Cotmans, the Winsor & Newton ones. I do just keep the swatch chart in here like that. It's very, very messy, yeah, but I know what the colours are, and that's how I do that. But when it comes to metallics, I do like having a separate little swatch chart. So we've got, without me knocking everything over, we've got the Colour Fine Tech. This is that first row. And then we've got the Ganzai Tambi Pearl just there. The Ganzai Tambi Starry set. The Ocean set by KJ Designs by Karen, which I'm still not overly impressed with. There's a couple of different paints actually. Have I swatched them out? I'm hoping that I have, because I should have bothered having a look beforehand. Yes I have. Right, so we've got these KJ Designs by Karen, which is all of this row. So these are all single stock ones that I've bought, just this row. There is GD Colour on Etsy, which they're nice watercolours, but they're not as nice as the Karen ones. And then we move on to Paul Rubens, which is all of this, beautiful colours. These were the Jane Davenport Mermaid markers, so they're not metallic, they're just straight up inks, this portion here. And then we've got the Fine Tech Clear Galaxy set, which is this portion, this 6 here. Really nice colours. If I just move in the light, there we go. We have the gouache colours just here, all this portion here. And then I have started swatching out my Spectrum Noir Sparkle inks just in the bottom there. And then this very end set, I'm going to see where I can find my phone. I will be back in a minute. I'm going to put the light on my phone so you can see better. Right, I've got my little light on my phone now, so I'll be able to see you a little bit better. And it is the Renaissance, I said that dead posh. The Renaissance colours. Again, this is off Etsy. And this is these colours here. And if I just move the light just a tad, and it's specifically this colour here and this colour here. I'm going to bring you in, and then that might be a little bit better to show you. Right, so if I just shine it there, you see, in the holographic, I'm going to bring you in even closer. Right, that's as close as I'm going to get. That at the top is the chrome one, look how shiny that is. And then that one at the bottom is the hollow one, and look how beautiful that is. If I just move my phone, the light, I wish I'd done this in that original video. It looks like that it's moving, it's just me moving my phone. And then same with this one. and then we've got a blue one, a gold, and the blue, the gold, I think every colour apart from the chrome and the hollow one. I think maybe the blue one. They were dot cards. She sent them as dot cards. Can I work out how to turn this off on my phone now? There we go. Yeah, she sent them as dot cards. I've got them here actually. So when you do order from this lady, she does send you like little testers, like little dot cards. But that is the chrome one there. I can't recommend that one enough in particular. But the holographic one is really, really nice too. So like I said, I don't swatch. I need to get back into the habit of swatching absolutely everything out. But I haven't swatched everything out, but that's the majority of the things that I used to colour or paint or anything like that. Any sort of art, that's what I'm trying to say, are in these books, and I keep them one at the top of my desk on my little colouring cart, and then the other one's underneath my desk, just easy reach. So I do hope that you find that helpful. The only thing that I've not swatched in either of these books is my gel pens, because obviously white paper, white gel pens. And the gel pens that I like using are the Uniball Signal, these ones. And I absolutely love the Arteza ones. Love these ones. As you can see by how much ink is not left. I do use Posca pens, but I do find that they're quite hit and miss. Sometimes they decide to work brilliantly and other times they won't work at all. So yeah, that is absolutely everything that I wanted to show, I think, today. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.